All right, what's good YouTube? It's Shin, and today I'm coming to you from the Cosmopolitan where I'm heading to the Wicked Spoon Buffet for breakfast. Now, the Wicked Spoon Buffet is considered one of the best buffets here in Las Vegas, and I'm super excited to eat. I'm getting hungry too, so let's head on in. All right guys, so we just got seated here at the Wicked Spoon Buffet, and honestly, I love this buffet dining space. It's really modern, lots of really cool pieces adorn the walls and ceilings. It's also a huge dining space. Lots of people can come and eat here, and you've got the really high ceilings to give you an airy, open space to eat in. Now, the Wicked Spoon Buffet is open for breakfast Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., and that's gonna run you $38. The weekday lunch and the weekend brunch hours and pricing I'll leave in the description below. All right, and that's the quick intro to the buffet. Let me show you around. All right guys, let me give you a quick tour of the buffet here. I'm gonna start in this salad section portion. Looks like a little charcuterie plate here. Got some vanilla parfaits that are over here, some fruit salad over here, and then just a nice set of fruit over here. Got some croissants, banana bread, and some toppings over here for what looks like oatmeal on the side. Let's see here. Yep, oatmeal down there. What do we got over here? Is this, looks like tomato basil soup right there, guys. Nice. Then you've got a toast bar over here. Looks pretty good. All right, we're gonna take a quick departure from that section because it's pretty busy and look on this side. Got huevos rancheros, some beef and lamb gyros over here, kale salad, black bean hummus, nice. Some steak and egg hash, and pork carnitas tacos. These guys are still over there, so I'm gonna cut down over this way. Got some scrambled eggs over here, and then what looks like a omelet station. All of your omelet toppings here, and then they're cooking them down there. All right, we're gonna cut back around. Give you guys a quick look over here. Looks like we got a lock station over here. Salmon, tomatoes, capers, your cream cheese. Got an arugula, watermelon, and feta salad here. Looks pretty good. Banh mi salad, some beef tataki over here. There's supposed to be bags of corn chips here, you can see up here. Corn tortilla chips, but they're missing. Got some guacamole in the back over here. Wedge salad, Caesar salad, and something called the Wicked Juice. Passion fruit, orange, and cranberry. Nice. Taking a look over here, you guys, we've got some bone marrow, along with some mac and cheese down on the other end there. Nice. And someone just left a nice big plate of roasted garlic, I guess. Random. Got a mashed potato bar here. Mashed potatoes with jalapenos, crispy onion bits, bacon bits as well, various sauces, and some shredded cheese. And then we got the Carvery over here. Looks like we have chicken and rope sausage back there. Let me wrap around. We got some tri-tip, some ham. There's that roasted garlic that someone had left on the other side there. Trio of sauces over here. Fried chicken, tater tots, looking pretty good. All right, we got some bacon, sausage, and some breakfast potatoes over here. Maple syrup, I'm guessing for the French toast over here. Wicked French toast and buttermilk pancakes, looking pretty good. Got some braised eggs alongside some shrimp and grits over here, looks pretty good. And then Italian breakfast toast, nice. Biscuits and gravy over here. Looks like there's supposed to be eggs Benedict over here, but they're missing currently. Popular brunch item. I'll make sure I get some of that though. And then that brings us to the Asian station. We've got some chicken egg rolls here, some vegetable gyoza over here. And then wrapping around, let's see. Got some mabo tofu, Singapore udon noodles, and some Korean peppered beef. Looks pretty good. Got a pretty humble selection of sushi over here. And then this is the hot pot and ramen station. A couple of toppings for your shoyu ramen broth or your Thai coconut curry broth. And then we've got some individually packaged white rice. There's supposed to be fried rice on this side. Looks like it's out currently, so that's pretty good. Excuse me. And then that brings us to the dim sum section. Very small selection, but you got your shrimp hargao over here. And some chashi bao, barbecue pork buns over here. And that is all the items from the buffet line. Let me show you guys the desserts. So for the desserts, you got cookies, coconut panna cotta over here. Got some bread pudding and cobbler on this. And wrapping around, we got some more assorted cookies, Rice Krispies treats, cannoli-filled cones, and muffins over here. Looks pretty good. Oh boy, just a giant refrigerator of additional stuff here. Looks all really good. Oh wait, you know what? I think this and this are the same thing. All right, so I'm guessing that's just like a storage area for more. So we have some mousse cake here, raspberry chocolate ganache, red velvet bun cake. That looks pretty good. Some coconut macaroons, some molten lava cake, and your assortment of ice cream and gelatos here. Ice cream toppings over here. Looks pretty good. Some Oreo dessert cookie shooter, creme brulee. Let's go. Chocolate croissants here, some donuts, some turnovers here. And then it looks like a carrot cake right here. And then some cheesecake. Nice, so that is the buffet, guys. I'm gonna go and put this down so I can grab my first plate. Be right back. All right, guys, and that was just a super quick tour of the buffet here. If you would like to see an in-depth close-up look at all of the items for both breakfast and lunch, I've got a great video for that. I'm gonna link it right above. And now I'm starting to get pretty hungry. Let's go ahead and get that first plate. All right, guys, so I'm back with my first plate, and my first plate, I went with a lot of breakfast food. And what I love about the Wicked Spoon Buffet is they have a great selection of both standard American classics and breakfast foods from around the world. So on my plate here, I've got some huevos rancheros, bacon, potatoes, over medium eggs. You know I love those. And got a steak and hash plate, as well as some biscuits and gravy. I can't wait to dig on in. All right, so the first bite I'm gonna try is of the biscuits and gravy. Now, when I cut into these biscuits and gravy with my fork, honestly, it was super soft, so I'm already looking forward to things to come. Man, I'm salivating, let's go in. Those biscuits and gravy are really tasty. The biscuit is super soft and buttery, but the gravy has a really great flavor. You see little sausage chunks in there that really give some of that meatiness. And then you have the chives on top, giving just a tiny bit of bite along with the black pepper that you can see. This is really solid biscuits and gravy. Now, if you guys have seen any of my other videos, you know I'm usually a part of Team Crispy Bacon. It's a little floppier here, but let's give it a try and see what it tastes like. Still really solid bacon. That's been properly rendered out. Nice saltiness to it. I wish it was a little bit crispier, but definitely a fan of this bacon. All right, next up, I'm gonna try a bite of these breakfast potatoes. They have a nice color on them. They also have a bit of a brown sauce. I forgot what kind of sauce it was though. Let's just give it a shot. You know, those are pretty good, but I wouldn't say my favorite breakfast potatoes. They're incredibly soft to a point where it's almost mushy. Now the sauce on the outside has a hint of sweetness, which is kind of nice. I just wish there was a little bit of additional bite to these potatoes. Okay, and next up, let's try these over medium eggs. Now, if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I love going to the omelet station at any buffet so I can get fresh over medium eggs. I'm not a huge fan of scrambled eggs at buffets. These look great, let's give it a try. Really good. My hat off to the omelet chef. Perfectly cooked over medium eggs. All right, next up we're gonna try the steak, eggs, and hash. Now this came in its own little bowl, nice and contained. The steak was a little tough to cut into, but this hollandaise looking sauce on the top looks pretty nice. Let's just give it a shot. Okay, it's not bad, but it's not great. The flavor is definitely solid. The hollandaise sauce on top gives a nice bit of richness. You do taste that beefy quality of the steak. However, I'm not sure if it's just been out there too long, if it's been cooked too long, but the texture was definitely lacking, not tender at all. It actually made for a pretty tough bite. But overall, I'd say the flavors are pretty solid. I wonder what this tastes like if I got it right when it came out onto the buffet line. All right, and the last thing I'm gonna try on my plate is the Wicked Spoon's take on huevos rancheros. Now the eggs look nice and scrambled here. It looks like an avocado type crema on the top along with some pico de gallo. The tortilla underneath feels nice and crisp. Let's give it a taste. What I love about this particular dish is that the flavors are really well balanced. Nothing really overtakes anything else. The smooth richness of that avocado crema is a great complement to the eggs and the crispiness of that shell. These are pretty good huevos rancheros. All right, guys, I'd say a pretty solid start and a great first plate. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up and then go for plate number 2. Definitely a solid first plate. Let's go get plate number 2. All right, guys, so I'm back with my second plate. With my second plate, I went ahead and got a little bit of breakfast, and then I visited the Carvery as well. Here we've got some eggs Benedict. I've got pancakes and what they call their wicked French toast. And then in the Carvery section, I went ahead and got a bit of their tri-tip along with some roasted chicken. And then I got a little bit of bone marrow as well. Honestly, this is all looking really good. Let's dive on in. All right, guys, before I drench everything on this plate in maple syrup, I'm gonna try some of the Carvery items first. And the first thing I'm gonna try is this tri-tip. Now, cutting into it, it didn't feel super tender, but we'll give it a shot and see what it tastes like. Now, unfortunately, as I kind of suspected, the meat is a bit tough and fairly dry. Flavor of the beef is pretty good, but honestly, when you're lacking that texture and juiciness, it just leaves a lot to be desired. All right, next up, I'm gonna go ahead and try the bone marrow here. Now, as I was scooping it out of the bone, it was really gelatinous, nice and soft. Hopefully this tastes good. Let's give it a try. Yeah, that was good bone marrow. Really nice, buttery, rich flavor. Very, very good. Now, typically, whenever I have something like a bone marrow or a pate, it comes on toast with a little bit of a sweet element. I did see that they have something pickled on top, but I think it fell off as I was grabbing mine. I think that would have complemented this better, but honestly, the quality of the bone marrow was really solid. All right, and the last item I got from the Carvery was this roasted chicken. Now, it has some kind of a cream sauce on top as well, but just picking this up and looking at it, it looks pretty juicy. Hopefully, it tastes really good. Let's give it a shot. Man, that chicken is really good. The chicken is super tender, ultra juicy, which is really nice because I wasn't expecting much after that tri-tip. The sauce on top adds just a little hint of sweetness, roasted perfectly. Honestly, that was some of the best roasted chicken I've had at a buffet. Really, really good. So next up on this plate, I'm gonna try a bite of the eggs Benedict. Now, as I was cutting into it, the yolk was still a little runny, which means that it just came out, which feels great. Now, overall, these eggs Benny look pretty good. Nice little slice of ham here, and the hollandaise sauce has the right color. Let's give it a taste. Oh yeah, that's a really nice eggs Benedict. Now, probably part of the joy is coming from the fact that I got it at the right time. Timing is everything in life, right? The eggs, perfectly cooked, still a little runny, which was fantastic. The ham has just that slight bit of saltiness that I want from an eggs Benedict. And then the English muffin underneath, not overcooked, not crunchy, just that perfect softness with a little bit of bite. Really great eggs Benedict. All right, the next bite I'm gonna try are these pancakes. Now, love the powdered sugar on top, great color on both sides, syrup applied, everything that's needed for a pancake is here. Let's go in. Now, typically, whenever I get pancakes, French toast, or waffles at a buffet, They're always super dry. Yeah, maybe I just got them at the right time, but not dry at all. The cakes are nice and moist, solid sweetness on them as well. I really don't have any complaints. These are really good pancakes. All right, so the last thing I want to try on this plate is the Wicked French Toast. Now, if you just kind of look at it, there's little bits of fruit in here. It's got a really soft texture. It looks really, really good. Let's give it a try. Oh my gosh, that is so good. The French toast made out of a brioche. It's super soft, really buttery. You get that sweetness, but then you also get this nice hit of cinnamon. You get just a little bit of that fruit essence as well, a little bit of citrus in there. But man, along with that maple syrup, this is some of the best French toast I've had from a buffet ever. It's really, really good. And I'd say another solid plate. This second one has been really good as well. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up. We'll go for plate number 3. Really great meal so far here at the Wicked Spoon. Let's go for plate number 3. All right guys, so I'm back with my third plate, and with my third plate, I decided to visit the Asian section of the buffet. Even during their breakfast offerings, they've got a really solid selection of Asian food here. I've got some chow mein, fried rice, shrimp par gao, got a vegetable gyoza here along with some chashu bao, Korean pepper beef, and an egg roll. Honestly, this all looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and dig right on in. All right, the first thing I'm gonna try is this chicken egg roll. Now, this looks pretty good, feels super crispy as I pick it up. And I dip it into this sweet and spicy sauce. Let's give it a taste. All right, now it's actually pretty tasty, but the outer shell has been way overcooked. It's kind of dry, tastes slightly burnt. If they would have even taken this out maybe 30 seconds before from the fryer, I think it would have been a super solid egg roll. All right, next up I'm gonna try a bite of the vegetable gyoza. I mean, you know it's vegetable because they colored it green, right? Very easy tell, I suppose. Let's just give it a bite. Oh boy, I am not a fan of that at all. Contrary to the egg roll, the skin on this vegetable gyoza is actually undercooked. You can kind of see its doughy quality here in the cross section. It doesn't feel like it's been cooked all the way through. The vegetables on the inside, I don't know, they have this really bitter taste. I'm not sure if they just didn't wash something properly, but I was not a fan of that bite. I would definitely skip on the vegetable gyoza. All right, next up, let's try a bite of this chashu bao, this barbecue pork butt. Now, these are one of my favorite things to eat whenever I go to any kind of dim sum spot. I love Chinese barbecued pork. It's got a really great sweetness to it. As I'm holding this bun though, it feels a little dry, but let's give it a shot. I'd say that's pretty good, but also about what I expect from a buffet for chashu bao. The bun is really, really dry. Not a fan of that. I think I needed to drink like a gallon of water to help wash this down. But that said, the pork in the middle, really well cooked, great flavor. I almost wish I could just dig the pork out and leave the buns behind. All right, up next is the shrimp par gao. Now this is a pretty classic dim sum dish. Honestly, it's very simple. Shrimp wrapped in a little bit of a rice paper and just steamed to perfection. Hopefully the ones here at the Wicked Spoon are good. Okay, that's pretty good shrimp par gao. The skin is a little bit dry, but the shrimp flavor inside is really intense, really, really delicious actually. This can definitely run with any of the other shrimp par gao in town. All right, up next is the Korean peppered beef. Now, being Korean, I'm not sure what is Korean about this. It's maybe more like Korean inspired beef. But let's give it a shot. It looks pretty good. Now that's actually not a bad dish. It's pretty tasty. The beef is actually nice and tender, juicy as well. And it's kind of like a bean paste soy sauce marinade that I think they used. Definitely hints of Korean inspiration here. Pretty solid beef dish, I would say. All right, next up we're gonna try, I don't think they called it chow mein noodles. It was like, I forgot what they called it, but it looks like chow mein noodles. It looks pretty good. Let's give it a shot. That's interesting. Now, when I first bit into it, I was expecting kind of like a very standard chow mein flavor, something you would expect eating at Panda Express. But as soon as I started to understand the flavors, boy, how wrong I was. Now these noodles have been tossed in a very thick curry sauce. It was unexpected, but not bad by any means. I actually found it really tasty. Honestly, not bad. I actually really like these noodles. All right, and the last thing I'm gonna try on this Asian plate is the fried rice. Now it looks like pretty standard fried rice to me, and it also came in this little single serving box, which is actually really nice. Now one of the things I really like about the Wicked Spoon Buffet is that a lot of the servings come pre-portioned for you, so you don't have to go too crazy or not get enough. It's just what the chef expected, and honestly, most of them are pretty on point. With that said, let's go back to this fried rice and give it a shot. Now that was definitely more akin to something I would expect from a Panda Express. Very standard fried rice, but it's pretty good. You get the eggs, you get that soy sauce hit. Now one thing that is different is as you bite through it, there are these little Chinese sausages that add a hint of sweetness. Yes, sweet Chinese sausage. Honestly, it's actually really complementary to the rest of the bite. Cuts down a bit of the richness. It's really, really good. And again, overall, a pretty good third plate here. I am starting to get pretty full though, guys, so I'm gonna finish this up and then we'll take a look at some of the desserts. Whew. All right, guys, I am definitely filling up. I'm gonna grab a little bit of dessert. I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I'm back with dessert. I'm walking around the dessert section. I was getting pretty excited because everything looks so good. I've got some creme brulee here along with some cheesecake, a carrot cake, and then some coconut panna cotta with berries on top. This is all looking so good, you guys. Now, the first thing I want to try is the creme brulee. When it comes to a really delicious custard, nice and sugary, it looks pretty good, it feels pretty good. Let's see if it tastes pretty good. Super creamy, nice and sweet. The custard is just perfect. And the brulee job they got on the top, really nice crispy layer of that sugar. This is a really good creme brulee. All right, let's try some of the cheesecake next. Now, a nice little perfectly proportioned slice of cheesecake here. Felt really creamy as I was cutting into it with my fork. Let's give it a bite. Oh yeah. Damn, that's good cheesecake. The cheesecake portion, really velvety soft, nice sweetness, but you do get that cream cheese flavor as well, which is great. The graham cracker crust comes through at the very end of your bite, giving a little bit of that nuttiness. This is a pretty damn good cheesecake. All right, the next bite is gonna be of the carrot cake. Now this is a very interesting looking carrot cake. I've never seen such a thick layer of frosting for such a little amount of carrot cake, but I bet it's still damn tasty. Let's give it a shot. Now I'll say that's actually pretty tasty. However, it's a little unbalanced. As mentioned, I've never seen a carrot cake with so little cake and so much frosting. And the bite actually kind of delivers that. You almost wish there was more of that carrot and cake flavor because that taste is quickly overwhelmed by the taste of the frosting. All right, guys, and the last dessert I'm gonna be trying today is the coconut cream panna cotta with berries. Now, honestly, it looks really good. It felt super creamy as I was picking it up. Let's see how it tastes. Oh yeah, that's actually really refreshing. The berries give a nice bite and acidity right up front, and then everything is really mellowed out by that sweet coconut cream. This is a pretty good coconut panna cotta. Whew, all right, those were some great desserts, and honestly, just a pretty great meal overall, you guys. And guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. I'd love for more people to see this video. Now, if you enjoyed content like this from here in Las Vegas, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot of great videos coming your way. And that's all for this video. Have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed Vegas with me, Shin. Bye.